I try to figure out who I am. Not sure what I'm doing here. And the days don't work out the way I thought they would. And before you there was no one who understood. Never found somewhere I fit in. Until I met you I was feeling lost. But you're the one who can make it go away. All you have to do is look at me. Sometimes I can't breathe, but it feels like you're the one who saves me. When I try, but don't succeed. Yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me. The one who saves me.
I'm trying my best to hold on. It's not easy, but I'm feeling stronger with you. And the days don't work out the way I thought they would. And before you there was no one who understood.
Sometimes I can't see, but it feels like you're the one who saves me. When I try, but don't succeed. Yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me. The one who saves me.
I'll give you my everything. It's not much, but it's all I have.
You know we could run to a place where we belong, but I need you there with me to go on. Sometimes I can't see, but it feels like you're the one who saves me. When I try, but don't succeed. Yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves
Hi
me.
fam, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, karibu sana to my platform. My name is Jane. I'm a single mom of 2 amazing babies that I love and adore, and I'm also a working mom. To my day ones, karibuni sana. To my regulars, asanteni sana for always stopping by. So let's do a recap of Friday and Saturday. So Friday went out, it was a drink up Friday, went out with my colleagues. It was a really amazing time. Unajua nimekuwa nikiongea kitu for 17 minutes. I was already done with this thing, and then I realized my mic was blinking all along because I'm not using the front camera, I'm using the back camera. So Friday we went out with my colleagues. It was an amazing time for bonding. It was really nice. And we went to Big Smoke. It's in Karen. And then on Saturday went for a master class with Prince Media House, Media Films, Prince with Johnny KE. If you know him, follow him on Instagram. So it was a nice master class. It was a content creation master class. Really nice, especially for businesses and how to put your content out there, how to put your products out there, how to make sure that whatever you're capturing is really creative, really attracting to people. Yeah, it's really attracting to people. It was an amazing session, and it's a masterclass I would recommend to upcoming YouTubers. No, sorry, upcoming and content creators who are already doing the whole content creation journey. So it was a really, really amazing platform. And also for businesses, if you want to elevate how you put out your product out there. Sorry about that, folk. So if you want to elevate how you're putting your product out there, creativity levels, those are the guys to go to. So I'm not sure when the second masterclass will be, but the first masterclass was on Saturday. It was really, really amazing, guys. Trust me, I learned a thing or two. And I'm 100% sure you guys can see this shadow behind me. It's not supposed to be here. Just that I'm trying to figure out the lighting in this house. So yeah, that is how my Saturday was. Because sure, the teachers we had on Saturday wakiona hivi itakuwa because I'm not supposed to have the shadow behind me. Same thing that happens with your product. If you're displaying products, you're not supposed to have the shadowing thingy. Anyway, if you want to come and learn, just look for Prince Media House, Media Film. Follow them, and then you'll get more information from them. It was a really, really amazing masterclass. And I'm hoping from today or from the next couple of videos, my content up here will also be looking amazing. Because like I told you guys, I don't have an excuse. Anyway, I want to talk because I've been talking in my head for the whole of this week, like 3 or 4 days. I get to interact with quite a number of moms who are in a similar situation like I am. And trust me, sometimes, even not just them, but utapata mtu ananiambia, hey Jane, you're really strong. You're really doing a good job. But I want the kind of strength that you have. Now, let me give you a story. So I'll start with one. We'll do a talking session before I go to the gym. Alafu nikikam back, tutafanya a second session. But I'm going to come back. I have a parents meeting to attend, and then we'll have a conversation on the second. So in the first session, I'll segment the whole of this. You'll find in most cases, I don't really talk about, I don't know, niwaite parties. let me use the word parties. There are parties I do not. There's one specific party that I don't really talk about, and here are the reasons. So when I got pregnant with my son, I chose to keep the pregnancy. So if you know what that whole situation tends to look like. I made that choice. So according to the other party, that's not what they wanted. However, I did what I felt was okay with me and with my spirit. So during the whole pregnancy session, I was still trying to adjust to so many things, especially being pregnant. The realization of being a single mom twice, how am I going to explain to my parents? How will people perceive me? What wataniona aje? Like there was so much going on. So, but I chose either way, ni mimi. It's you, no one else. You're the one who's living this life. So whatever decision you make, either people come into terms with it or you struggle with it alone. But for me, that wasn't the case. So pushed through 9 good months. My son came 10 days late. So this is where the story comes in. And this is why you'll find if you're not, there are situations that build us to become strong people, and that becomes the only choice that you have. So my son was 10 days. They decided to extend his stay with 10 days. So on the 11th day, I was to go back to a checkup, but I knew I wasn't coming back home or to my house. So I had already packed everything. I was not in labor. I didn't have any sort of pain. So this is where reality starts kicking in. So I took myself, nilipanda matatu, nilipanda mat. I took myself to the hospital. I wanted it to look as normal as it is because I didn't want to panic because I didn't know what was coming anyway. So and then sikuwa nataka attention and everything. So mimi nilitoka tu kawaida na ilikuwa clinic. Just that the difference was I chose to carry my bags. So I packed my backpack and luggage. So nikapanda tu matatu, nikaenda tu vizuri because I was fine. So I went to the hospital and it was 7 a.m. And doctor's like, nah, you're not going home today. So, not that I had dilated, I was just 2 centimeters dilated, but I had fetal distress. And I didn't know. So, they started monitoring me. I was admitted. All this while I'm alone. And that's when I'm telling you reality starts kicking in. So, of course, I had informed my mom, I had informed a couple of close people. Yeah, I've been admitted. And the party, I had also informed the party that I was admitted, but not picking calls, responding to text messages, alikuwa anasema tu ako meeting. But I chose, this was my own choice, and choices have consequences. So it was time for Jane to face her own consequences because of the choices that she had made. So I was I was given the tablets. There's the tablets that are normally inserted. Ndio nianze kufunguka because I wanted to deliver normal. So at 3 p.m. actually, at 3 p.m. And then wakaanza kumonitor heartbeat ya mtoto. Apparently it was a bit low. So the second option that the doctor said will be emergency C-section. Now, that really made me panic, but I was just praying within me. I was just telling God we had an agreement. We had a so I had prayed for normal delivery, and in my spirit, I felt we're going to have normal delivery. So, first checkup, the tablets. I was dilated, I think nikafika either 4 or 6. And then the nurse came, got a jab for oxytocin, ikaendelea kunifungua, nikafika 7, and then I got the second jab of oxytocin. All this while, it's at night, I'm laboring, niko peke yangu, but my cousin came. One of my cousins came to check up on me. Alitoka job tao, passed by, we stayed with her, was laboring like no one's business. I think she came around 7, 8, and then she left at 9. ZP, thank you. So one of my cousins came to kakana yeye. She was there to check up on me, and then akaenda. So the pain started, and then there's a point you're told usimame uanze kutembea. And then when after 7 centimeters, when they went to check me, my cervix ilikuwa imefura. I don't know how to call it. I don't know the correct name for it right now. Skumbuki. So I was rushed to the delivery room because masapi ilikuwa inaenda and my child's heartbeat was not good, and I was also getting tired. So when we got to the delivery room, I couldn't push, guys. I couldn't push, and I so badly wanted to deliver my son normally. So this is what happened. Ukaiona mtu anaongea, saa zingine, a normal person talking to themselves. Let me tell you, there are things they've gone through. Mtu amekaa chini amenyamaza anaanza kuongea, as much as it's whatever they're thinking is what they're talking. Let that person just finish talking and just talking to themselves. For me, I picked a tendency of talking to myself. I even nezata kaa chini, I don't know, I realize something and I'm like, hey Jane, like I have that tendency. Anyway, so we're in the delivery room and I'm here with 3 nurses and masaa imeenda. So that night, it was around 4. So my child's heartbeat was not doing well and I needed to deliver. And I had told them I'm going to deliver my child normally. There's one sister, she was called Sister Esther, she's a nurse. And she had told me, if that is what you talk to God about, you're going to deliver your child normally, apparently. But alikuwa ametoka hiyo shift already, but I was with her during the day. And I kept that faith. I was like, I'm going to deliver my son normally. I'm going to go to theater. So in the delivery bed, I started talking. You know how you pray but you talk. I started talking, but not the way I was talking, nilikuwa naongea ni kama Mungu ako kwa hiyo room, like physically, like namuona, like tuongee, like I need to get through this. Please help me get through this whole situation. I don't want to go to theater. I want to deliver my child normally because this is what I had prayed for through this whole journey. So I'm making sure this thing is not blinking. So something comes through my head and nikashuka nikafanya squats 5 kwa bed. So I went down, did 5 squats. Right now I see women doing it. It's not something complex, but at the time mtu angeniangalia angeona kichwa yangu si mzuri. So I went down, did 5 squats, came back up. The nurses told me ndio kichwa ya mtoto, shuka. They surrounded me. There were like 3 nurses, midwife and 2 nurses. I did 5 more squats, came back, 1, 2, 3 push. My son was out. Now, here's something. That was around, I pushed my son at around 4:55. Yeah, 4:55. But by 4:45, the theater team was already in place. Like they were already set. Even the head surgeon came and told the nurses, amewapatia 10 minutes. If I will not have pushed my child in 10 minutes, we are going to theater. So that is when the idea, mpaka nilikuwa nishaanza nilikuwa nimewekewa catheter hapo. So we have 10 minutes ama I be wheeled to theater. That is when whatever came to my mind, nikashuka, did 5 squats, came back up. Within those 10 minutes, my baby was out. And the shocking part is when I delivered, my child didn't cry. He made a very small sound, kasauti kadogo. And I saw the nurses looking at each other, nikajua, this is not good. This is not good. I continued now talking because the labor pains are now gone. So it's my son here, mtoto wako hoi, hajalia, hajafanya any, like, okay, hiyo sauti, they said hiyo sauti was something, but what do you mean? My child is not responding, because that is not response. That's kidogo sana. They put him in a bed really fast. Wakajaribu, it's like they were trying to clear his airwaves, but he was not responding. He was not responding. I continued talking, but I was also scared. So I continued praying, talking to God. Like, please, tumetoka mbali, like tumemaliza hii, tumeingia hapa, please take your my son, like, please. Like, I was talking in that room. I was really talking, by the way, guys. Nilikuwa naongea because na mimi nikiamua kuongea nitaongea. I was talking. So they took my son. I think they went to Niku because I couldn't tell now from there, but Niku was just behind us. So wakaenda. I don't remember the last time I actually cried, and I've never cried on this channel, honestly. So they took my son to Niku, and then they were trying to resuscitate him because that's what the nurses said. Hey, we need to resuscitate him. They were trying to resuscitate that boy. And I told God, I kept him. Like, I made the choice to keep my baby. Please, please give us this life. Like, give me this life, you know? So wakaenda Niku, he was resuscitated, and then hata kumaliza dakika sijui 3 ama ngapi, because guys, I'm doing this or I'm praying and talking because I'm also scared. It's too overwhelming. Remember, I'm on my own. No one is coming to help me. I'm on my own. One of the guys akashuka nini ICU iko upstairs, is I think in that hospital is upstairs. So one of the ICU guys, or hizo intensive care unit guys, came, alikuwa ameitwa. So when he came directly when he came directly to the delivery room na alinipata peke yangu, and the moment he was like, wako wapi, I froze. I was like, God, no. So he went, kaambia wametoka na yeye. So akawafuata in 30 minutes. Then one of the nurses was back, and I was like, please just tell me how my son is. Sorry. So please just tell me how my son is. Is he okay? Just tell me the truth. Is he fine? He's like, Jane, your son is okay. He's responded. He is fine. They're just checking up on him. So she cleaned me up, stitched me up because I had I had the episiotomy cut. Sorry. So she stitched me up. We're just having, she tried to really calm me down. She really tried to calm me down. She was called Sister Jane. Ni nurse too, but I think we was one or two sisters, but sister. So she really tried to calm me down, and Kamaliza cleaned me up and then took me to the ward and told me to rest. By 6, so I delivered my child at 4:55. That is 5 minutes to 5 a.m. And then within 30 minutes she was back. 30 minutes she was done to clean me up. By 6 nilikuwa kwa ward. So the reason why I know the timings, there was a clock. Remember, I was talking in the room, kulikuwa na clock pale. So the delivery room has a clock. So by 6 I was wheeled to my ward bed and I slept. Apparently nililala, nilikuwa najisikia saa tisa. Funny thing, I think I just had faith. The moment she told me your boy is fine, mtoto wako sawa, I believed God did it. So nilikuwa najisikia 3, nikaletewa mtoi, and then he was brought to me. I was seeing my son at 3 p.m. and he was fine, he was doing okay. I don't know where hata walikuwa ametoa diaper alikuwa shafungwa diaper, and the hospital had some robes walikuwa amemvalisha because I hadn't given out anything from my bag. And then my two aunties and my mom had already come, so they're actually the ones who changed him. They changed him, now kamfunga diaper and everything, and I was so grateful at that point. So we are not done. I was so grateful, and then everything was okay. We were latching, and then so he was supposed to undergo surgery. I was like, God. But I was like, again, umenipatia mtoto for a reason, kwa sababu tumepitia ile ngumu. He's supposed to go to surgery. So if we've overcome this whole thing, I know even this one you're going to do it. So and that time wananiambia I need consent from the partner party. For them it's partner. So I needed consent from the partner, but you can't ask a party that doesn't want to pick your call or doesn't want to know anything about you. So I just made the decision. Going for surgery. 6 p.m. the following day in the evening, was booked for surgery. I was there praying. I took him that evening, tukalala na yeye. Of course, the following day in the morning, my mom came as well with my aunties again. And I know my mom wanted to explain to me what were you talking about, Jana, because I had panicked. You don't tell me my son is going to theater. I was old. So he was a day old, and then 6 p.m. the following day he was wheeled to theater. I couldn't sleep. I was just walking, pacing. Hapo kwa kitanda yangu nakaa chini. Nakuja naambiwa, Jane, you need to sleep, you need to rest. Your boy will be fine. He'll be back in 45 minutes. Apparently 45 minutes zikapita, hakurudi. 45 minutes later he was brought back at around 7:30 and he was fine. So when someone tells me, Jane, you're strong, I tend to look at what I've gone through to have the kind of strength that people are seeing in me. I'm like, it's not easy. It's not easy. And funny thing, when people say pain really shapes you, it does. Situations shape you, they do. They really do. So I might look strong. I might really look strong, by the way, but it didn't start like that. I'd say my strength and my pain shaped my strength. So it's not easy. It's not even easy right now, working, going to the gym, trying to keep my home intact, trying to get my kids to school, trying to make sure I provide for them, trying to make sure they don't feel like there's a piece missing, which clearly there's a piece missing. Like there's so much that comes with it. But for me, whatever I've gone through, and I've gone through alone, the moment I realized no one is coming to help you, guys, the moment I realized no one was coming to help, I realized this is my battle. This is my battle with God, and I live to be grateful to God. I'm one hell of a person who's grateful to God, because even I'd say, I tend to tell, yesterday I was having a conversation with my daughter. I was like, me, I live by faith. Honestly, I live by faith. I live today. I do not know about tomorrow, because God knows our heart desires. I mean, so yeah. So that is just something that I really felt I needed to share with you guys. It's so vulnerable. This is a session that I've been so vulnerable to you guys. Hata sikumbuki. I don't think I've ever even shed tears on this channel, because sometimes unashindagwa umepitia through so much, hata machozi utamwaga machozi aje. Inatoka, saa zingine hata itokagi. But there are moments when I remember I'm like, that was God. That was God. So I didn't wake up one morning and I was strong. I was shaped by things that I went through to be this kind of a person, to be this strong. That battle is not yet complete with the other party, but I never tend to talk about it because sometimes I tell myself, I chose, I chose what I chose, you know, and I named my son, I called my son Nathaniel. So if you know what Nathaniel means, God's gift. So that is the reason I picked that specific name for him, because he was clearly a gift from God, you know. So let me go work out, guys, and then come back. I have a parents meeting session, and then we'll have the other talk. Today I'm offloading. So that is one part that I needed to talk to you guys. So, and when people talk about childhood trauma, I don't have much to even talk about childhood trauma. I think vitu mingi nimepitia the moment I became a mom, the moment I became pregnant, you know, these are the years that I can start talking about trauma. But for me, it's been, I say rising. We just do a day at a time. And then coming from a complete household, I've been brought up by my parents, they're still together, and then you're here raising your children solo. See, right? See, guys, it's not easy at all. And this is the side of being a single parent that not everyone tends to put out there. But I say this is my channel, and I'm able to talk and express myself here. So it's never that easy. It's not that easy. I've been in situations zingine hata sikuwa naona zikiwa kitu kubwa. Kuna vitu zenye sionagi zikiwa kitu kubwa, but kuna vitu nitakwambia, there are things that will make me cry, but there are things I'll just laugh through it and utashanga, because I've been through worse. Anyway, let's go work out, and then pass. I'm not sure how this will unfold, but I think I'll talk to you guys once I'm back from the gym. I hope you enjoy this vlog. I hope that whole part has, I don't know, maybe imepea mtu nguvu, maybe I don't know. Sometimes I just prefer just talking. But if I encourage someone, if I encourage a mom out there, it's nice. It's really nice actually. So yeah, talk to you guys later.
Everyone needs a shoulder to cry on. Everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs someone to rely on. Yes, everyone needs a friend. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one. We lift our hands up and pray, lay all our love before Him with all of our faith. He is the change within us, there is a light. Let Him lead the way, lift our hands up and pray today. Oh, pray. Everyone needs somebody to lean on. Everyone needs someone who cares. If we come together as one, help each other get stronger, we are bound in the name of the Lord. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one. We lift our hands up and pray.
So guys, I'm back from the gym. There's a lot of noise outside, and I came back, tried to tidy up the house. I've already cleaned our dishes, but sijakula na sijaoga. So I want to take a shower, get something to eat, and then I think we'll catch up on the remaining session after that.
Lay all our love before Him with all of our faith. He
I'm done showering. I've shown you I'm having oats. Nitachukua some groundnuts and bananas hapa chini. Now, this part of the video was really choking me, and this is the part where I just want to say one thing. I don't know how anyone will interpret it, but I've gotten to a point where inconsistency in parenting is choking me. And then you can't. So let me just put it like this. For a parent who's been inconsistent, you've only been able to create time to see your child twice since they were a year and a half. Mara mbili. Umemwona mara mbili. And then you come back and you start claiming for, I don't even know whether I should call those rights. And then you want to continue and manipulate, show how you can manipulate someone into still parenting, or you can come and start showing how you know how to love bomb and not me, the child. And I am here trying to help this child balance a lot of things. Now, I'm really trying to be nice. I am trying to be nice. So someone decides they want to come back. This party decides they want to come back, put their name they want, they demand to have their name on their child's birth certificate. It's been 14 whole years. Why? It got to a point where I don't even want to understand why. My base is you are inconsistent with parenting. Parenting is not supposed to be optional. Actually, parenting is not optional. I am not ready to deal with a whole grown party, and I'm here trying to nurture and build and show my child that she is worth of love. She is worth to be treated, to be given even her own basic needs. Like, there's something that I don't get it. I couldn't even myself understand. And then guilt, trying to make a child see as if I, the mother, is the reason why you are not doing your parental duties. I'll give you guys a scenario or scenarios. So this person came back, wants their name on on the child's birth certificate. Now, for me, first reasons why I wouldn't want that to happen is the birth certificate. We in Kenya we technically use the birth certificates for other certifications. From your child being in grade 1, it's used to get them their NEMIS number, which has changed to KEMIS. And then they get to register their national exams. Right now we have grade 6 KPSEA, and we have KJSEA. That is junior secondary exam, and the exams to qualify to get to junior secondary, and then the exams to qualify to get to senior school. Now, so someone, that is a whole process for a parent, because that means in order to have all this name on all the child's documents, I'll have to start signing affidavits and all that. And it's, if you've had the process of even changing a name, correcting a name on your birth certificate here in Kenya, you know how that goes, and it also costs you. So there's that aspect, because where were you? Umekuwa wapi? Umekuwa wapi hizi miaka zote na huko umekatazwa kuwa na mtoto? Anyway, there's that. And then now there's the aspect of, I don't understand why you already consider yourself as an inconsistent parent. You want to be added to a child's birth certificate to show that you've been consistent, or to show that this child has been there. Unajua kuna mtu hufanya vitu tu ndio aonekane, ndio watu waone yuko, ama ndio watu waone vitu zinafanyikanga. For me, it's so easy to even identify some habits in someone. And at this point in my life, if someone, even relationships, which I'll one day come to talk about, but if you're not consistent, you're out. If you're not consistent, like there are things you do not need to be begging. A child should not be begging for your attention, for your affection, for your love, for your time. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Parenting should not be optional. It's not supposed to be optional. To make matters worse, you're doing. Let me give you guys a scenario. So the first scenario is last year, my daughter's school, they were going to Amboseli for a trip. Unfortunately, that time I was going through what I'd call hell. And then she reached out to the dad, and the dad said he won't be able to pay for her that year. He will pay for her the next year, which is this year. Unfortunately, because I refused for his name to appear in her birth certificate, amesema hatalipa your trip. So to me, I understand you're trying to manipulate us. So we have to put the name on the birth certificate for you. Actually, that's what he said. Lazima tuweke jina kwa birth certificate ndio alipia mtoto trip. But your daughter doesn't understand that because she's not in control of what name is on her birth certificate. Huu ni mtoi. So so it affects the child in a different way, not the way it affects me as a mother or as the other party. And then the second one was what really broke her. Because fine, the trip anaweza kosa kwenda, but of course I won't let her not go. So the other one that I really saw her break down on was, it was on a Friday. I left the house to go to the gym. When I started working out, I was working out. I was going to the gym at 5 in the morning, and she leaves for school at around 6:20, but past 6. So akaenda, and then I don't know what happened. But before that, the second time he came to see her, alikuja randomly. I was just receiving a call. I'm in your area. I'm in the school she goes to. Where is she? Is she in class? Which class is she in? I was like, no, actually that day she wasn't feeling well. She was home. And I was like, I want to see her. I'm like, bro, you call when you say you're coming, or you call you. Unajua hizi ndio vitu nasemanga, there are things that people do for their own convenience. So you don't tell people prior that you want to come, but you just show up, and people should show up for you. This person appeared out of nowhere. I was at work randomly. Lazima vitu zifanyike venye mtu anataka. They can't involve you in it's their way or no other way. So fine, my daughter left the house because I wouldn't even want someone to know where I stay. Went, they talked, promised to get her pair of shoe. That was before kiatu itokane. Sorry. And then, so that Friday, she was expecting that week, at least, amle kiatu. So that Friday, when my daughter came back from school, first person to call was the dad. So she picks up the phone, calls, and she receives a very harsh lecture on the other side of the call. Yeah, she receives a very harsh lecture on the other side of the call, stating, mama yako amekataa kuweka jina yangu kwa birth certificate, so hakuna kitu nitafanya. And then she was like, it's my school shoe. I can't go to school without my shoes, like without shoes. I was like, hapana, hakuna kitu atafanya. So luckily it was around July end month, no, June end and beginning of the month, somewhere there. Luckily, one thing I've come to learn ni ujipange, usingoje mtu akupange. So when I came home, after they talked, I told her I'm going to get her a pair of shoes. Like I knew she needed a pair of shoes, and it's just that the other party had said they're going to get the pair of shoes. Saturday by evening, my daughter had a pair of shoes. For me, sikuwa nikiwa kitu kubwa, cause huyu ni mtu ameweza kufanya vitu kaa hizi, but to the child it's breaking this child, it's hurting this child, but this other party is not seeing that. Yeye amefocus ni mimi, ni wewe unafanya, ni wewe unafanya, ni wewe unakataa. Do you know, I got to a point where I told them, mimi si wao, wacha focus na mimi. Mimi si wenyu, mtoto ndiye wako. Like, I'm not your relative. It's the child that's yours, not me. So when I and you have an agreement, or when you and I have an argument, I don't understand why the child needs to go through the aftermath or the pain or the nonsense that you tend to do, because that is being manipulative. Like, you have to do this for me to do this. So we have to do that for you to provide basic needs. Bro, I mean, you've been very inconsistent for 14 years, 13, 14 years. And then you come back and start giving us conditions for you to be part of your child's life. What do you mean? Bro, what do you mean? Anyway, so yeah, I got my daughter a pair of shoes. She's supposed to go for a trip, and as much as it's a bit costly, so yeah, I really needed that to get off my chest because I'm here. And then something else, I talked about therapy on my previous video, and this is now what I wanted to talk about, because now I have a child that I really need to get to therapy, because I wouldn't want my child to identify attention as affection, manipulation as love. I want her to understand her worth. I want her to understand that she is loved beyond so much. As much as I know that will not heal anything, even anything that I say to her sometimes, because she's like, her dad, like, it's a father, her father. So it tends to be really difficult, guys. It's not that easy. And then coming from a complete family, like my dad, my mom, who are still together, raised us together. It's not it's not even easy trying to navigate as a single mom. So that is also something I really wanted to talk about, because yo, people are difficult out here. People are difficult out here. But naambia to a point where we were arguing and I told them, mimi si wow, mimi si wenyu, mtoto ndio wako. Wacha niwaambie, kama kuna mtu anakuanga na promises, if there's someone who can build a life, a whole structure mostly in your head, is a narcissist. Atakuonyesha vitu zenye atakufanyia nini, but there's always a price. There's always a price. So I know some of you might wonder why I'm sharing this here. So because she will see, yeah, she will see, because she's going through it. So I mean, and there's maybe someone who's also struggling and trying to understand one, two, three things, how to navigate with a teenage child. I think we'll one day come have a sit down with her and maybe have that deep conversations, which tend to be a bit difficult, honestly. But tell me how you deal with such things. Just tell me how you deal. Because me, I was like, if you can't be consistent, bro, stay away. Because I'm always quiet because I prefer my peace. Not that I have everything figured out, but like I said, this God that gave me my children, anakwanga amenitengenezea njia. He always creates a way. So yeah, I really wanted to rant about that because it's not right. Or there's also something that I want to talk about. And there are so many reasons why ilifika mahali nikasema mimi si wao. So this person decided to go stalk me on TikTok. And then they come and start provoking me and throwing insults. I didn't send you to go look for me on TikTok. You went by yourself. You found the videos that you found. You found me dancing. So I'm not supposed to dance. Apparently, you guys, I received insults, and it wasn't smart enough. That person wasn't even smart enough, honestly. And then the other one that also threw me off some time back, he also decided to come on my YouTube channel. The party decided they'll go through my videos. Akapatana na two videos that I've talked about a narcissistic person and a toxic person. Said I was talking about them. I didn't mention any name. And I'm not scared and I'm not afraid. But now what threw me off was so this is what they did. So Joy is waiting for me in the living room. She just came back from school. So this was the funniest one. So I post what I post on on my YouTube channel, right? I do hauls, I do homemaking content, I do whatever that I do. And I think the only two videos I've talked about toxic parenting and the narcissistic one. And then there's one that I've shared about the second party story, how I became a single mom of two. Now, tell me how someone comes, decide to watch my videos, which is nice, and I hope I'll watch ads, and I hope I'll like, and I hope I'll subscribe here. Because one thing that I normally say, I will not block anyone. Me, I don't block anyone. And this, I have two things to share. Let me finish. Let me talk about blocking first. During that heated conversation about ndio ifike place nimwambie mimi si wao, um after that whole conversation, because I said no. Remember, narcissist takini kusikia no. Mm-mm. As usual, it's their way or no one's way. But you meet a stubborn woman, you will suffer. You will suffer. So I remember after that whole argument and everything, this person had the audacity to tell me to block them. I don't block people. Guys, I don't block people. I don't block even my own exes. I do not block people. I don't. Here is why. Psalms 20, I think it's Psalms 23, verse 5 to 6. I will prepare a table in front of your enemies. So if you ask me to block you and you consider yourself my enemy, manze, where will God prepare the table for me? You need to see how victorious I turn out, because you see yourself, you see how you can be wicked to someone. Hey, my God does not sleep. You will see how victorious I will come out. So I do not block people, by the way. I do not block people. Even on my WhatsApp. If I block, unless you prefer to spam someone's WhatsApp and all those crazy, crazy things. But at Yoma, I've not blocked any of my exes. And I will not block people Ati has been doing. We've been having arguments, nakula block. And then when they feel it's convenient for them, I get unblocked. It's a matter of convenience. That has been the routine. So I don't know where it got to a point where an enemy in block, which I didn't. I told him I don't block people, and you will never expect me to block you. Because number one, you're related to your child. So why would I block you? So you want to make me look like a bad person, which is something that this person has been making sure that they do. I want to make sure my child sees me as a bad person when I'm the one that's consistent. Number two, so let me finish the other YouTube thing. So I post shopping hauls. I cook, I clean, right? So I do kamukunji hauls, gikomba hauls, and all those sorts. So I think hiyo siku aliland kwa a shopping haul video. And then my daughter got to call and ask for something. Unajua aliambiwa nini? Ambia mama yako, hiyo shopping anafanya anaenda kuwekea watu YouTube, achukue hizo pesa, akununulie kenye unataka. I was so furious and I asked him, so do you mean your people stay hungry? Like you guys don't get to do shopping in your house? Which is quite interesting. So the math wasn't mathing, because I remember what exactly she wanted actually. Because she tends to feel like akitaka kitu, that's the direction. Whenever they're talking, akitaka kitu, that's the direction. Akitaka kitu, so hiyo siku alitaka kitu, that's the response alipata. Lakini na mimi nilimpasha, because you want to tell me you don't shop for your family? Was the shopping a problem? But I gave him my peace of mind. And that is not a response to give a child. Because she actually laughed. She was like, hey, mom, sasa YouTube videos zako zimefanya nini, you know? But anyway, I'm never afraid to even share this, guys. I'm not, because people get insulted. And it's not arty, it's just women. We have also single dads. So there's so much that people go through that people never get to talk about. Lakini mimi, because this is my channel, and I've talked about it from the beginning, and now I'm going to also continue talking about it. However, itafika to place which I think ishafika, where it's just me and my kids, and that's it, nothing else. Because I'm not going to, I'm an audience, sorry, giving someone an audience, which I shouldn't. So yeah, I felt so nice saying that to you guys. Like, I needed to pull it out. I needed for it to come out. So I think since the shoe incident, we've not talked. We've not talked. And then the trip the other day, when she tried to do the call, and I was like, don't make that call. The God that provides for us will provide, and you will go for that trip. So I feel so much better, guys. Nilikuwa na kitu ilikuwa imekwama hapa hivi, like I feel I needed to talk. And actually I've realized I've been so patient, but hii wiki I've been ranting in my head. I've been so angry in my head. So now I come back to therapy. I don't know. I'm still trying to think about it. Yeah, I'm really trying to think about it, because really needs to probably open up to someone else and talk. We do have mom-daughter talk conversations, and they always turn out to be nice. Also, I'd like to ask parents, for your children who know about ChatGPT, do you go checking their history? Because also something triggered me to have this conversation when I checked on her history, ChatGPT history, and was somehow broken. Somehow broke me as well. But I think by now I'm a bit a bit strong, because her course too. But of course, there's that, yeah, she earns for a fatherly kind of love. And I know I've said before, my dad comes through, my brothers come through, especially my dad. Ish, that man. My daughter anakanga tu hivi chini, baby nataka kitu, acha nipigie babu. Calls. What do you want? 1, 2, 3, sawa. She gets what she wants. Like, if she wants to have a conversation with him, she just calls, they get to talk. My dad has really played a huge role on my daughter's life, like a very big role on my daughter's life. But now that she's growing, she's currently a teenager. If you're raising a teenager, eh, na unajua kitu haina manual. But anyway, guys, it's not really easy, but I really needed to let out this part. Anyway, let me go eat, guys, because I feel like collapsing. Nimesikia jua amefungua mlango, sijui ameenda wapi. And she knows all this, so there's no point of me not sharing with you guys. It's something that her herself is actually going through it. So, but right now she's content. Like, one thing I've been trying to so hard to make sure that she knows she's loved. She will get all her basic needs provided for. She will emerge victorious, and my story is not her story. My story is not her story. And one thing I'm grateful for, Joy is prayerful. My daughter is prayerful. She goes to church. She's in catechism classes. She goes for her PNC classes. She's in liturgy. She just joined the piano classes, and she's an altar server. So one thing I'll say, that is another part of her life that I've made sure that she understands. It's her and God. It's her and God. So yeah, guys, it feels good. Let me go eat, and then I'll talk to you guys. Probably, I think tomorrow, or if you get to make dinner, I think I'll make dinner with you guys. And also, but there's something else. Um, I think nimeongea sana. I'll talk to you guys either when you're making dinner or tomorrow.